Hi everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Test Pack Please Ignore. So at the end of my last episode, I had been working on my mass fabricator and my replicator. Finally got that built along with my, what's it called? My automatic recycler. As you can see, I have in fact set up a little system to, what's the word I'm looking for? To start recycling things. At the moment I've got red granite cobblestone going through there, but I've realised recently there is actually a use for black granite cobblestone, but it's not as though I'm actually running out of red granite cobblestone anytime soon. I've got 47,000 of the damn stuff, so there might be a use for it later on. I don't know actually. Let me have a quick look. Red granite cobblestone. I know there's probably a use for red granite dust when you grind it up. What do you get from that? You get a tiny pile of potassium feldspar, or if you run it through the industrial grinder, you can actually get uranium from it, which is interesting. So I don't know if there's a use for it. No, hang on a minute, I want to right click on it, don't I? Is there a use for it? So electrifying that, you get aluminium or potassium feldspar. I think the only reason you use it is for this, and I'm just wondering if there's a reason for using potassium feldspar. You can get aluminium, silicon, and potassium. So not really too much of a reason. There is, however, a use for the black granite dust, and it's actually what we're going to be getting up to today. Because last week I basically couldn't figure out how to utilise the UU matter in my replicator. So the task of today's episode is actually showing you guys what I found out off camera, what I found out after doing some research. Oh yeah, and also what I decided to do off camera was make myself a huge new big reactor. So what it is a, I'm trying to remember how, there's 13 three high fuel rods in there. In the middle of all the fuel rods, it has cryothium, jellied cryothium in between them. So there's like there's a pattern where it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 jellied cryothium in the middle, 1, 2, 3 fuel rods, jellied cryothium, fuel rod, and then 3 fuel rods like that, all in there, all surrounded by resonant ender, and then that generates 12,500 redstone flux per tick. And what I've actually managed to go away and do is I've actually finally managed to automate all my big reactors. So we've got Yellorium being automatically put in the top into this big reactor, cyanite being pulled out, and then cyanite is automatically placed in the cyanite reprocessor, which is turned into plutonium. This has Yellorium going in and out, and then what I've actually done is I've converted over this little mini one to taking cyanite instead of it's taking plutonium instead of cyanite, as it doesn't exactly use up a lot of fuel, whereas these ones do. So I've got these ones running off Yellorium and this one running off the plutonium from their waste, which is quite cool. So I thought that'd be quite clever. So I've now got, I think between the two of these are generating almost 20,000 redstone flux per tick on their own, plus the 1.2 thousand from this one. Then I've also got all of my what's it called, steam dynamos all running as well. Jesus Christ, that really is loud. Have I got my volume up too loud? I have as well. I wondered why everything was coming off really loud when I was going through the editing. So let me just turn them all down by a third. That's not quite so bad now, thank God for that. Whew. I was like going through my editing going, that is really loud. Why is that so loud? It's because when I obviously updated the client a couple of weeks ago now, it automatically resets all your sound and stuff like that, which is rather annoying, but something you got to remember to do. So what we're doing today, I was just checking my centrifuge, I was doing stuff. So yeah, how do we use the UU matter? That is the aim for today's episode. So you need to come up with, oh, it's really weird, I'm like flashing on there and it's flashing on not enough items on the side, very weird. So yeah, you need to, so I was right in terms of you need to create patterns, and creating patterns is there's a few different things we need for that. So let me run through what you need. So what you need next to your replicator is what's called a pattern storage. So we are going to go to pattern storage. Here we go. So I want pattern storage. There we go. So for this pattern storage, we need a few different things. So we need 2 mining lasers. Now, mining lasers were the hard bit to put together because you need these coolant cells. Please say I've got titanium. I've got 2 titanium. Oh, great. How much titanium do I need for those? Let me have a quick look. So I need 2 titanium per mining laser, so I only need like 2 more, so that's not the end of the world. Was there anything else I needed titanium for, or was it literally just those mining lasers? I think it's just those mining lasers. So let me just create some, where do I get titanium from again? It's bauxite, isn't it? Bauxite, give me bauxite. There we go, bauxite. We can run this through the industrial grinder really quick. Should give some more titanium. We can just run it through the the industrial blast furnace, which shouldn't take too long. I should be able to do that as I'm talking. So there's 1 titanium, and then we should get the second titanium. There we go, 2 titanium. So we can just craft you up real quick. 1, 2, excellent. Just start running you through the industrial blast furnace while we're talking about everything else. So yeah, let me go back to the pattern storage. Just what I'm looking for, pattern storage. There we go, pattern storage. So yeah, the hardest part about making this was actually getting the helium to make these. So it was like making these 360,000 helium coolant cells. Everything else is fairly straightforward to make. Obviously, we already had the infrastructure in place to make titanium, advanced alloys. You can use either red garnet lens or red ruby lens. So we're obviously using ruby because we can make ruby plates from a block of ruby, run it through a plate cutting machine, and then you run it through a lathe. Do I have a lathe? This is interesting. Lathe. Oh great, stainless. Oh no, can you just use steel? Oh, that isn't too difficult to put together. We can. Did I already make a lathe? I can't remember. If it is, it'd be around here somewhere. I don't think I've got a lathe already, so it looks like I've been making a lathe to make my my focusing crystal for my lasers, which is again doesn't look that difficult. So yeah, it's just a load of steel, which isn't too difficult. I've got plenty of steel, so still I've got like 500 steel, so not a problem. Where are we going? Go back to, no, I want pattern storage, don't I? Pattern storage. Here we go. Ooh, there we go. Pattern storage. So yeah, so the helium. So to make these coolant cells was probably the hardest part, because if we run all the way through, you need helium cells, and the only way to get helium cells is end stone dust. So what? And it takes 240 seconds to centrifuge out end stone dust. And the way you get that is that you can either run it through something like a the way I did it is I basically just got a load of end stone dust and ran it through an industrial grinder. So we got 16. I don't know why that's showing 1 to 1, because it was taking 16 end stone to make 16 end stone dust. That's really weird. But yeah, I was basically making end stone dust and then making that into helium. It just took like I ended up building a second centrifuge just to make the whole process a little bit quicker, because it's like 240 seconds times by, I think I needed at least 12, it came to something like 50 minutes altogether, so I ended up building a second one just to reduce down the time. Why did I delete pattern storage there? That was ridiculous. Right, here we go. So pattern storage, let's start putting together these helium cells. So we need 12 of these altogether, I believe, because it's 360k helium cells per 180, 2 180 per 360, and then we need 2 mining lasers, so we need 2 of these altogether. So we need to make 12 of these. So let me make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let me double check that quick. Helium, so we made 50. Oh, no, that's helium 3. So, oh no, I need HE, don't I? HE. I'm looking for 12. Excellent. Yeah, we've made 12. Fantastic. So, what's the next step? So we need to then make 4 of these. So 1, 2, and I'm out of tin. So, do I have tin? Let me grab some tin. Just grab 64. We'll start running it through the plate bending machine, like so. So we're almost out of tin plates. Whoops-a-daisy. So let me just have a quick search for tin. Where the hell's my tin plates? I'm looking for you, tin. There we go, tin plate. And we need 6 more. So we're gonna have to wait around there for a second. What else can we get started on? So we also need to make this ruby lens. So we need to make that lathe, don't we? So let's have a quick look at the lathe. So let's make. Okay, so apparently I need to make, whoops-a-daisy, I need to make these steel rods first, don't I? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So make those steel rods. I don't know if there's a better way of making them. Let me have a quick look. Through a lathe or an extruder, so we'll have to make an extruder rod. I think it's all fairly 1-to-1. You get 3 extra ones from an extruder, I think. Oh, you get 2? Ah, right, fair enough. I might have to do that through the extruder next time I want to do that. That was a bit silly of me. Whoops-a-daisy. A small steel fluid pipe. Don't know where you get that from. A large steel fluid pipe. But let me just have a quick look. So a block gets you. Yeah, so an extruder would have got me double there. So in future, I will know that. In future, I know that I can just run that through the extruder, which is a bit silly of me. So I'll make sure I do that. So let me just do 2 steel gears, like so. And then I need a steel machine hole and a wrench, wherever it's gone. wrench. There we go. Going walkies. 1 steel machine hole. 1 advanced circuit, which we can make nice and easy. And then we also need a conveyor module. Do I have everything I need for this? Let me double check. I need a battery. Okay. So, whoops, it is. That's not what I need. So an RE battery. Shift click. Oh god. Tin. Oh, I do have tin cable. So let me just get some rubber. There we go. Rubber. Turn all that into insulated tin cable. That's what I'm looking for. I don't think you really use tin cable that isn't insulated, so I may as well just insulate all of it that I've got in there. And then we should be able to make the conveyor module. Fantastic. Is that everything I need? No, because apparently I'm missing one of my steel gears. There it is. It's just randomly decided not to put it in. So we've made the lathe. Fantastic. So that's another machine made. That's the plate cutting machine sitting behind my... let me just put it up there. I really do need to reorganise all my GregTech machines at the moment. They're all kind of in this little corner and taking up a hell of a lot of space. So at some point I'm considering moving them down to like this corner of the room, just where I've got more space for them all. Let me just jump back up. So we've made the lathe. What were we waiting for? So, oh yeah, we're waiting for tin plates, and I was waiting for titanium, wasn't I? So let me grab the titanium. I think that might be enough tin plates, but we'll take out you, put in 4 more just to be on the safe side, and let them all run through nicely. Just eat an apple as well. Get my hunger back up. Fantastic. So, oh, we don't want the lathe anymore. We want the pattern storage. So, here we. That's not right, because I need to put an end there somewhere. Let me just... That's not going to work. I was trying to just like space back and it wasn't letting me, so I had to delete the storage bit. So, mining laser. I was finishing off making these, so we need to make 1 more of them, which is going to allow us to make... Oops, a daisy. I need mining laser. Oh, I need a copper... Is that a dense copper plate or a copper plate? Let me just double check that. That's a dense copper plate. So I need 9 plates, copper plates, and to put them through the compressor. So... Wow. I need 18 of you. 18, there we go. I need to run these through the plate bending machine first, and then I'll need to run them through the compressor afterwards. So I think we should be able to make the ruby focusing laser. What are they called? Ruby focusing lasers. So we need 2 of you. 1, 2. Marvellous. Oh no, I only needed 1 of these. Whoops a daisy. Let me just run it through the plate cutting machine, because I think... Let me double check that. So, ruby lens requires 1 red garnet plate. Oh yes, you get 9 red. You get 9 plates per each. What's it called? 9 plates per each block of rubies. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. I got there eventually. So we've got 9 ruby plates there, and then we just need to run 2 of them through the lathe, and that is super duper fast, which is what I like to see. So we just drop them back in the system, along with some extra ruby plates in case we need any more of those lasers in future. How's the copper plates looking? Not as fast as I'd like. So is there anything else we can do in terms of the pattern storage? Oh yeah, we need to make this crystal memory as well. This is important, because why you need one for the pattern storage, you also need these to store your patterns on. So to get this, we need to combine together pulverized obsidian and silicon dioxide. And where you get silicon dioxide from is, as I showed you earlier, this black granite. So I've got loads of this black granite cobblestone, which you can then run through the industrial grinder over here. Gets you black granite dust, which you then just run through an industrial centrifuge, and you get biotite dust, which I have no idea what it's used for, and you get silicon dioxide. So that's fairly straightforward. I should already have a crap ton of obsidian dust in my storage system, as I just pulverize it occasionally, because you do need it for hardened glass. That's what I'm looking for. So crystal memory. So we should be able to just go 1, 2. I'll make a load of these, because basically I want some extra ones. So I made 9 altogether, because you need extra ones for... Let me just drop them all in this advanced factory. So they're just going to smelt up real quick, which is what I like to see. As I do have all the speed and energy upgrades upgrading my advanced factory, which is quite nice. So how's my copper coming along? Is it done? Ah, there we go. So we've got 2 copper plates there, which you can then run through the compressor. Let me just get the right one. Compressor, that's what I'm looking for. So that'll take about 30 seconds, so not too long. So go back to pattern storage. What else do we need? We need an advanced machine casing, which apparently I need a basic machine hull for. So we'll drop you in there, make one of you. I think we then also need some reinforced stone, which is just stone surrounding an advanced alloy, which isn't too bad. Am I out of advanced alloys? Let me have a quick look. Advanced alloys, so make 2 of them. I think we might need some more. I think I just used up my last ones in the advanced machine casing, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Whoops. So that should be making an advanced alloy at some point. I think it's going to run it through the compressor. Yeah, it is. Once it's finished doing those, what's it called? My brain's totally gone. Once it's finished doing those dense copper plates, so we should, in theory, be able to make 1. Oh, I'm out of tin plate again. So what do I need? 4? 2, 3, 4. There we go. 4. Whew, this is all going nice. It's going fairly smoothly now. I went to sit down, I was like, oh god, I haven't done the helium, and then it literally had to sit there for like half an hour waiting to do all the helium for these helium cells. Apart from that, it's all a very straightforward recipe. It was just that little time-consuming bit. So, what are we looking for? We're looking for tin. Give me tin. I see tin. Where is it? Man, that's taking forever. So, do we have this yet? Excellent. So we've got the reinforced stone. Let's double check what we're missing. So we're literally just missing the mining lasers. Oh, an advanced circuit. I think we can make an advanced circuit quick. There we go. So let's put together you. 1 more tin. Come on. Waiting on tin. Oh, come on, mining lasers. So, oh no, I need more advanced alloys as well. Advanced alloys. Make 3 more of them. Shouldn't take too long. Apart from that, I think we're done. There we go. 3K coolant cells. That's not what I want. I want the mining lasers. Here we go. So what am I missing again? Oh, we need 2 advanced circuits as well. Fair enough. Don't want to forget them. What am I out of? I'm out of... let me go back to lapis. Apparently I'm out of lapis... what's the word I'm looking for? Lapis dust. So let me just run it through the rock crusher here. There we go. That shouldn't take too long. Just run through a couple of... what I like about the rock crusher, it's like it does a lot of jobs that the macerator does. Like the universal macerator, while just being a nice multi-block structure, and it runs off MJs, so the old MJ system. So let me just grab a couple more, and then I'll come back and pick all that up later on. We just fly over here. There we go. Drop away that dirty pile of tungsten dust. Am I out of? Must be out of what they called little circuits, control circuits. That's what I'm looking for. Let's make a stack of them. I'm always using them at the moment in my Greg Tech stuff. Here we go. So I think that was 1 more advanced circuit. And then... ruby lens? Where has it gone? Ruby lens. Okay, 1 mining laser. 2 mining laser. Boom! All done. So we've got the pattern storage. Yay! So there's 1 more machine we need to build before we can start using the replicator. And that is the scanner. So this allows us to scan our... what's the word I'm looking for? This allows us to scan our... whatever we want to turn into, so we apparently need 1. Need a little bit more lapis dust. There we go. Grab a little bit more. I'll come back for that later on once I've got just boosting around my basement. Let's drop you in there and there. Marvelous. So I think I saw what I need for that. Oh, I need another one of these. I've got enough carbon plates, but I do need more advanced alloys. I'll show you why in a second. So let's just make 12 of them altogether, just so I've got a few spare, because I need to make some reinforced glass, unless I've already got some of that. Reinforced... No, I've only got reinforced stone, so I do need some reinforced glass, because yeah, I'm out of advanced alloys. So what we also need to make is some of these illuminators, which is tin and iron ingots, and a helium cell or a mercury cell. Now I do have a couple of spare helium cells, so we'll obviously be making out of them, because I think I've still got... Have a look for helium. I've still got 2 spare helium cells on top of that, so it's not too bad. We also need to make a couple of these electric motors, which is going to require some tin item casing and some coil. So let me have a look for copper. So I need to run some copper through the wire mill, I believe. So let me just have a quick look at that. So I think, yeah, I can run it through the metal former or the wire mill. I think, or the extruder, but I think it all works out the same, as you get 3 per ingot essentially. So let me just run that through the wire mill. Just run like maybe a quarter of a stack through the wire mill. So, oh, I've got some spare gold ones as well. Very nice. So that should make 48 copper uninsulated copper wires, and we also need to make some of this tin item casing, which we'll get from the metal former by rolling a tin plate. So let me grab, I think I've got some spare tin plates, haven't I? How many do I need? So I need 4, I believe, because I need 2. Yep. Let me grab, oh, I'm out of tin plates, aren't I? Bollocks. Is there any other way of doing that? So let me have a quick look. So item casting, I can roll tin plates or plate cutting machine. Nope, that doesn't work either. Extruder. No, that still requires a plate. Or I can run it through an extruder shaped casting. So can I do that? Let me have a quick look. That wasn't the right thing. So extruder. So I need the, what is it, the extruder shaped casting, and I need one of you, which is just steel plates and a steel hammer. So let me make a spare one of you, and then what I want to do is go back to here. I want to make extruder shaped casting. There we go, casting one. And then I need some tin. 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. Where's my extruder? There we go. Since I made this, I may as well make use of it. There we go. Oh, look at that, it's beautiful. That is really cool. I do like the extruder. I can see why they made the recipe much harder, because it does shortcut a lot of recipes if it's abused quite a lot. So I can see why they may have cut that out. So or made the recipe much harder, so it's like a bit more late game, because it makes things a lot easier late game once you've got the resources to like now set it up, I suppose, which is quite cool. So we need to make 4 of these coils, I believe. And then we can make 1, 2 of these electric motors, and they go into the system. Fantastic. What are we missing at the moment? Oh yeah, it's everything that basically requires advanced alloys. So we make a basic machine casing, in you go, and then some reinforced glass. What am I missing? Did I make an advanced machine casing? Apparently I did not. There we go, so we made the scanner. So where's the rest of my crystal memory? I need some of you. Oh no, apparently they don't stack, so let me just take them all out. There we go, and then we also need my block of iridium. There we go, because you're very handy. So then what I can do is, if we drop down here, what we're looking for. So, what we need to do is put the pattern storage next to you, put the scanner next to you, and then I need to connect all this up with some universal cable, which I will go grab now. Universal cable, elite universal cable, that's what I want. Drop down again. Wire everything up. Boom, boom. Yeah, I only seem to lose power from this turbine if I'm running my industrial, although apparently it's now taking up a lot of energy from my scanner. So what do I want to do? So let me just see where I need to put this. So crystal memory goes there, scanning nothing. So I need to put, okay. That's not what I want then. So, oh yeah, I want to scan you, and then do I need to put crystal memory in there? Oh no, I need to put crystal memory in there. There we go. So that is going to scan it up to 100%, which is quite cool. And I'm assuming it's going to then put it in the pattern storage. So that's all got power, which is nice to see. That is just totally drained, that turbine. I need to make a bigger turbine at some point. Apparently they're far better than the actual, just the standard big reactors. So I need to make myself like a huge turbine at some point. I need to make myself a huge, just big reactor just for generating steam. And then I need to make myself a much bigger, big turbine and use things like blocks of enderium. That's what I'm looking for. So how's this doing? It's 25% through. So yeah, I'll probably make another huge turbine. I don't know if I'm going to replace that one or just make like a huge one like right down the wall here or something like that. I don't know. I'll decide at some point. But I've got quite a lot of power from my two big reactors at the moment, which is quite cool. As you can see, this one just generates crazy amounts of redstone flux on its own, which is quite cool. It does have a lot of heat, just because I've got an absolute crap ton of fuel rods in there. So yeah, like I said, there's like 13 times 3, so 39 fuel rods in there, which is quite crazy. 39 fuel rod blocks. How are we doing? So we're up to 50% of scanning the iridium ore, which will go into the crystal memory, I assume. I hope, anyway. Let me just put some stuff away while we're waiting. So let me just drop all this into my system. And then, yeah, hopefully I will be able to use this little system to start producing iridium, which should be quite nice. Just another way of getting it. I finally got enough. We go up to the bees as well. I think I finally got enough platinum drones to scan through my genetic sampler, which means I've now got the platinum species, so I can actually start turning my rocky drones into platinum bees, and they should produce platinum cones, which is not platinum cones. They produce platinum little platinum nuggets. So if we shift click in there, have a look in here, because this one still burns, so I'll probably stop using this one at some point, but it does produce a lot of these platinum nuggets, so I'll probably stop using this platinum queen at some point, just because it's a bit more dangerous. Whereas once I've generated them from rocky princesses, they shouldn't, in theory, have the flammable effect. If we have a quick look, so let me run that through. So effect none. So yeah, once you've given them the once you've turned rocky princesses into platinum princesses, they don't actually have the flammable effect anymore, which is quite cool. So what I can then do is show you like this, and then what we can do is make a load of shiny ingots. So if we have a look for shiny, so we've actually got 49 shiny ingots so far, just from that one bee. It's been producing for quite a while now. Error, scan complete. Why is there an error? Oh, no, let me take that out. So, no storage. I put that in first. Let's try that again. So maybe it errored because I didn't have a crystal memory in there first. I don't know. Or it's just something that can't be scanned, I suppose. I don't know. Interesting. So I think iridium ore does work with this, but if not, then I might have to look at doing something else, maybe. So it might just be an error. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Just checking the power on that. It's just totally empty. I've randomly got a resonant ender cell here. I have no idea why. I think I've just a redstone energy cell. I think I had it for like portable power, and I've just moved it down here just so it actually gains some power every so often. Just like shift click it up and move it over here somewhere. There we go. So that is up to 30% again. Yeah, I've kind of abandoned the lava. It stopped pumping for some reason. I don't know if it just like couldn't find any more lava to go, but I'm probably just going to leave this for now. It was just more of a proof of concept, just to show you this is more of an early game power source using lava. Once you've got these big reactors, these are just absolutely crazy cheap for just a bit of steel, some graphite and some yellorium to make one of these. So the fact that it produces like 12,500 redstone flux per tick in a nice multi-block structure like this, bit of coolant as well from like resonant ender and some cryothium, but apart from that it looks pretty sound. So yeah, definitely stick to big reactors. They are insanely overpowered and ridiculously good, and probably really good. Yeah, I just like them. So how are we doing? Have I managed to talk enough for this to actually scan properly this time? If this doesn't scan properly this time, I might just have to again look up what I'm doing, try it out off camera, and then kind of show you at the beginning of the next episode what I want to do, I suppose. So we're almost there. Hopefully this will work, and then we should be able to actually start replicating things, which should be quite cool. Oh, this is taking a while. So yeah, this like little corner, my mechanism corner, is like really loud. It's just like thumping, chunking away. I probably should move that so it's all in one place at some point, so I can have it like in all one big line or something like that. I don't know. I kind of like it all being spread out and controlled by my AE system. So we're almost done. Here we go. Look, we're up to 90%. So about 10 more seconds. And hopefully it should work this time. I've put the crystal memory in before putting the item in, which should, in theory, have worked this time. Come on. 98, 99. Error. Nope, there's an error. What's it did? What is wrong with it? I don't know. I will figure it out and then let you know at the beginning of the next episode what is going wrong with my scanner, and then hopefully I should be able to show you it working at the beginning of the next episode. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the episode for now. So in theory, the way this should work is that this should scan this iridium ore, create a crystal memory with the pattern for the crystal memory. This then goes into the pattern storage, which then you use in the replicator. So I don't know why that didn't work, but I've built the machines, they're all ready to go. I just need to figure out how to use them. So that's going to be the end of the episode for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you've enjoyed the episode. Apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.